Mount of the Holy Cross is a high and prominent mountain summit in the northern Sawatch Range of the Rocky Mountains of North America. The 14,011-foot footing is located in the Holy Cross Wilderness of White River National Forest, 6.6 miles west-southwest of the town of Red Cliff in Eagle County, Colorado, United States. The summit of Mount of the Holy Cross is the highest point in Eagle County in the northern Sawatch Range. Mount of the Holy Cross was named for the distinctive cross-shaped snowfield on the northeast face. Under USDA Forest Service administration, the mountain was proclaimed Holy Cross National Monument by Herbert Hoover on May 11, 1929. The monument was transferred to the National Park Service in 1933. In 1950, it was returned to the Forest Service and lost its national monument status. The number of visitors to the mountain and the nearby Pilgrim's Hut had waned, and the expense of full-time staff could not be justified. This mountain has been the subject of painters, photographers, and even a poem by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. The first publicly available photograph was published in National Geographic magazine. Thomas Moran depicted the mountain in an oil painting, which now is part of the collection of the Museum of the American West, part of the Autry National Center in Los Angeles, California. It is still much photographed, but it is not as well known today as it was in the past. Nearby features include Bowl of Tears Lake, directly under the east face of the peak, Tuhare Lakes, in a cirque that lies south of a significant subpeak, and several other lakes. Notable locations within 35 miles include the Dotsero volcano, Vail, and Aspen. US 24 runs near the peak through Gilman. The first recorded ascent of Holy Cross was in 1873, by F.V. Hayden and photographer W. H. Jackson during one of Hayden's geographical surveys. However, the peak may well have been ascended previously by miners or American Indians. The first winter ascent of the peak was made in 1943 by Russell Keene and Howard Friedman of the 10th Mountain Division, then stationed at Camp Hale. Holy Cross can be climbed by at least 4 different routes, with the easiest and most common route being the North Ridge, which involves 5,000 feet of vertical gain over 11.5 miles and is rated YDS Class 2 for moderate scrambling. The Cross-Kaloya route forms the vertical portion of the famous cross feature, and provides an advanced snow climb or extreme ski descent. Mount of the Holy Cross has a history of endangering the lives of many hikers. Primarily, the hikers who require rescue are unfamiliar with the risks of entering wilderness areas and do not bring adequate equipment and supplies to respond to emergency conditions. Although the summit on Mount of the Holy Cross is frequently reached on a long-day hike, unprepared hikers are frequently stranded or lost due to changing environmental conditions and confusion regarding the surrounding landscape, especially on the descent of North Ridge. Thorough research and reasonable planning should prevent most tragedies. Mount of the Holy Cross is accessible from Teagillon Road, south of Minturn, Colorado. The Half Moon Pass Trail is the standard route to the summit of Mount of the Holy Cross via the North Ridge. Following the Fall Creek Trail to an ascent of Notch Mountain Trail provides the best view of the Holy Cross snow feature from Notch Mountain Ridge. Historical names: Mount Holy Cross, Mount of the Holy Cross 1947.